Hi, my name is Karri Fieglein, and I am the Director of Classical Conversations of Katy, Texas, and I'm here to go over the history timeline cards from creation to modern America. There's 160 Veritas Press Timeline cards, and we cover 8 per week over 20 weeks, and we're going to do those all consecutively right now. So let's get started. Creation, fall in the garden, Cain and Abel, the flood, the Tower of Babel, the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt by Pharaoh Menes, the Old Kingdom in Egypt and the first intermediate period in Egypt, Minoan culture, call of Abram, God's covenant with Abraham, Hagar and Ishmael, Sodom and Gomorrah, birth and sacrifice of Isaac, the Middle Kingdom of Egypt, and Joseph as a slave, famine in Egypt, the 12 tribes of Israel, the second intermediate period of Egypt, the Code of Hammurabi, the Hyksos invasion of Egypt, the early New Kingdom of Egypt, and Moses' birth, the plagues of Egypt, the Exodus, the 10 Commandments, Mycenaean culture, Amenhotep IV, and monotheism, the reign of Tutankhamun, the later New Kingdom of Egypt, and the Trojan War, Phoenician civilization and the alphabet, Davidic kingdom, Solomon's reign, Israel divides into 2 kingdoms, Homer and Greek mythology, the Olympics, the founding of Rome, Greece colonized, democracy begins, Israel and Judah fall, prophets of God, the Roman Republic developed, Persian wars, Heracles and the Peloponnesian Wars, Greek philosophers, Nehemiah and the Jewish return, Alexander the Great, and Alexander the Great conquers Egypt, architectural advances in Rome, Rome rises to world power, the reign of Julius Caesar, Egypt falls to Rome, the reign of Caesar Augustus, the birth of Christ, the ministry of John the Baptist, the ministry of Christ, the crucifixion, the resurrection, and the ascension of Christ. Rome burns and Nero persecutes the Christians. Destruction of Jerusalem. Pompeii burns. The split of the Roman Empire, Constantine and the Edict of Milan, the First Council of Nicaea, St. Augustine converts to Christianity, barbarian invasion and the Vikings, St. Jerome completes the Vulgate, the Council of Chalcedon, the end of the Western Roman Empire, St. Benedict and the monasticism, Justinian the Great, Mohammed and Islam, Charles Martel, Pepin the Short, and Charlemagne, Alfred the Great, Otto the First, and the Holy Roman Empire, the East-West Schism, the feudal system, William the Conqueror and the Battle of Hastings, cathedrals in Europe, the Crusades, and St. Francis of Assisi, the Magna Carta, St. Thomas Aquinas, Marco Polo, the 100 Years' War, Black Death, and Joan of Arc, the Great Papal Schism, John Wycliffe and John Huss, Prince Henry the Navigator, the fall of Constantinople to Muhammad II, Gutenberg prints the Bible, the Renaissance, the Inquisition, Columbus sails to the New World, Martin Luther begins the Reformation, Magellan circumnavigates the earth, Ulrich Zwingli and the Anabaptist, the Act of Supremacy, John Calvin and the Institutes, Cortes de Soto de Leon and Coronado, the Spanish explorers, the Council of Trent, John Knox, the Scottish reformer, explorers to the northeast, Cartier, Champagne, and Cabot, Riley settles Roanoke. Jamestown is founded in Virginia. The Mayflower lands at Plymouth. Pilgrims build Plymouth Colony. Massachusetts Bay Colony, home of the Puritans. Roger Williams, founder of Rhode Island. The Salem Witch Trials. The 13 colonies formed. The First Great Awakening. Colonial trading with England. The French and Indian Wars. Parliament acts unjustly. The First Continental Congress seeks peace with Britain. The War for Independence begins. The British lose at Bunker Hill. America declares its independence. Washington commands the Continental Army. Winter at Valley Forge. Yorktown and the Treaty of Paris. The Constitutional Convention. America's founding fathers. Washington, our first president. Louisiana Purchase from France. The Lewis and Clark Expedition. The Second Great Awakening. The War of 1812. The Missouri Compromise. The Monroe Doctrine. Traveling the Erie Canal. Jacksonian Democracy. The Cotton Gin establishes in the South. Slavery in the South. The Cherokee Trail of Tears. Remember the Alamo. Westward expansion. War with Mexico. The 49ers and the California Gold Rush. Opening the Oregon Territory. Lincoln, our 16th president. The war between the states. The Battle of Gettysburg. Great generals of the war between the states. Completion of the Transcontinental Railroad. Reconstructing the South. Black leadership emerges in the South. The Age of Industry. The Battle at Little Bighorn. Cowboys and the West. The Spanish-American War. A president named Teddy. And immigration to America. The Wright brothers and other inventors. The Great World War. The Roaring Twenties. The Great Depression. World War II. The biggest war. The Cold War. Korea and Vietnam. The space race. And modern America. Thank you for listening to our history timeline for Veritas Press. Please play this over and over and study and try to be a memory master. Thanks.